It was close to midnight when Ethan Carter left the highway and turned onto the narrow dirt road that led toward his town. The road hadn't changed in years. Same cracked asphalt, same crooked wooden fences, same dead trees leaning like tired old men under the weight of time. But that night, something felt wrong. There was no wind, no insects, no sound at all, just silence. Ethan tightened his grip on the strap of his backpack and quickened his pace. His boots crunched softly against the gravel, the sound echoing far louder than it should have. He told himself he was imagining things. Still, his eyes kept drifting toward the dark stretch of land ahead, where the old well stood. The locals called it Hollow Well. No one used it anymore. No one even went near it after dark. And yet, to get home, he had to pass right by it. The air grew colder with every step. A shiver crawled up his spine. Just a few more minutes, he muttered to himself. Then I'm home. As he drew closer, the shadows around the well seemed thicker, darker, almost alive. The tall grass around it swayed, though there was no wind. Then he heard it, a soft, metallic sound. Chink, chink. Ethan stopped walking. The sound came again, slow, rhythmic, like anklets brushing against each other. His heartbeat thundered in his ears. "No," he whispered, "not tonight." He tried to take another step, but his legs refused to move. The air behind him felt occupied. A chill crawled up his neck. Then he felt it, a cold touch, light as a breath, on his shoulder. His entire body locked. Every instinct screamed at him to run, but terror had turned his limbs to stone. With trembling effort, he turned his head. A woman stood behind him. Her long black hair hung over her face, hiding it completely. She wore a pale, tattered dress that seemed to float just above the ground. The air around her smelled of damp earth and decay. He opened his mouth to scream. No sound came out. Slowly, impossibly slowly, she raised her hand. Her fingers were pale, almost gray. The moment her hand touched his neck, crack! His body collapsed lifelessly onto the dirt. The night swallowed the sound. At dawn, villagers found his body near the well, his neck twisted at an unnatural angle, his face frozen in terror. The news spread fast. "Another one," someone whispered. "That's the 5th this year. It's that place, the well. They say she walks again." Fear crept through the town like a sickness. Old men gathered in hushed circles, whispering stories they hadn't spoken in years. "She was wronged," one said quietly. "She never found peace." Another shook his head. "We should never have disturbed that place." By evening, the elders made a decision. A shrine would be built beside the well. Offerings would be made. Prayers would be said. Anything to calm whatever spirit had awakened. The wind howled through the trees as if the forest itself were whispering warnings. Mara stumbled backward from the well, her heart hammering violently against her ribs. The presence she had awakened still lingered in the air, thick, cold, suffocating. Her hands trembled as she backed away, every instinct screaming at her to run. But her legs wouldn't move. The darkness around the well pulsed, as though something inside it was breathing. Then, silence. The wind died. The air went still. The presence vanished as suddenly as it had appeared. Mara collapsed to her knees, gasping for breath, tears streaking down her face. She had wanted justice. She had begged for vengeance. But what she had summoned was not justice. It was hunger. Sunlight crept into the small town of Red Hollow, painting the houses in pale gold. But the warmth brought no comfort. People gathered outside the local diner, whispering in hushed tones. Fear had settled into the town like fog. "Another one last night," someone said quietly. "Who was it this time?" "Jake Miller. They found him near the old barn." A woman covered her mouth. "God help us." Inside the sheriff's office, Sheriff Tom Harlan stared down at the crime scene photos spread across his desk. He had seen a lot in his career, but this was different. The body was twisted unnaturally, as if every bone had been snapped in seconds. There were deep marks around the neck, but no sign of a weapon, just like the others. "No signs of a struggle," the deputy said quietly. "No footprints, no tracks, nothing." Harlan rubbed his temples. "That's impossible." The deputy hesitated. "Sir, people are saying it's her." Harlan looked up sharply. "Who?" "The woman from the well." Harlan slammed his hand on the desk. "Enough with the damn ghost stories." But even as he said it, a chill ran through him, because he had seen the body, and he knew no human could have done this. That evening, Mara sat alone in her small house, the curtains drawn tight. She hadn't slept since the ritual. Every time she closed her eyes, she saw the woman's face, twisted, hollow, furious. The spirit had been awakened, and now it was feeding. She whispered to herself, "I only wanted justice. I never wanted this." A knock echoed through the house. Her heart stopped. She didn't move. Another knock, slow, deliberate. Her hands shook as she stood and approached the door. "Mara," a voice called softly. "It's me." She recognized it. Her blood ran cold. It was Lena's voice, the voice of her sister, the same sister whose body she had pulled from the well months ago. Her knees nearly gave out. "Go away," she whispered. "Please, go away." The voice softened. "Why are you afraid? I just want to talk." Nara pressed her back against the wall, tears streaming down her face. "I did this for you. I did everything for you." There was a long pause. Then the voice replied, colder than before. "You should have let me rest." The lights flickered, the temperature dropped, and then a knock, louder than before, right behind her. Mara screamed as the door burst open. The air inside the house turned ice cold. A shadow poured in, stretching along the walls like living darkness. Mara stumbled backward, tripping over the chair behind her. She fell hard onto the floor. The shadow loomed above her, its shape shifting, feminine, twisted, familiar. "You brought me back, and now you must pay," Mara sobbed, shaking her head. "I was trying to save you." The shadow leaned down, its face inches from hers. "You should have let me rest." The room filled with the sound of whispers, hundreds of voices, crying, pleading. The light shattered. The last thing heard in the house was a scream that tore through the night. Years passed. The town of Red Hollow slowly emptied. Homes were abandoned. Nature reclaimed the streets. Only the well remained. People who passed through the area swear they could hear footsteps at night. Sometimes a woman's voice calling softly from the darkness. And if you listen closely, you can hear anklets.